Hello, Tuesday, June 16th, 2026. What a summer vacation, huh? Talk about rain, rain, go away. It's been raining here in Texas day after day after day, and we're expecting at least 2 or 3 more possible days of pouring rain. And then we're on a watch out for a tropical storm from South America, which could be potentially a very severe storm or more. I hope all of you are being safe and that your families are well. And thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for chatting with me, sending me notes, giving me questions, participating, and doing all that you can to be a part of this channel, asking questions. I love it. Don't stop. Keep it coming. Come on, y'all. Keep it coming. I had a great day today. It's been a whopper, in and out with the cable and the electric. So hope all of you had a better day, and I'm looking forward to much smoother days ahead. We have the moon in Cancer. Now, my lovelies, this is going to be a time for a bit of emotion. Yes, a bit of emotion going on. Many of you are going to be experiencing a lot, a lot of emotional um, experiences. Maybe some of you might be thinking about, oh, well, you know, not so bad, but I'm upset. You might be a little bit overly upset about others. You might be thinking about what others are emotionally upset about. You might also be a little bit, you know, a little bit harder, a little bit stricter on others. Not totally not your fault. It's in the mix. We have a lot going on with the Cancer moon. I can definitely say that emotions are going to define themselves through our feelings, our emotional intelligence, our intellectual intelligence. All of that is extremely high now. Um, we may have to look at, again, mood swings. So, for those of you that are also going through other things in your life, you might need to like take a breath, take a walk away. Cancer moons are kind of driven by, you know, their emotional needs. And if you have a lot of emotional needs, you are going to be, or many of you, or tons of you in the collective, will be motivated by your hearts or your feelings being fully engaged in what you want to transpire or what you want to see happen or fulfilling your goals with every intent, every fiber of your emotional being. And this is, without consciousness. This is, you're not thinking about it. It's just a feeling. Some of you, like myself, maybe your psychic abilities are heightening, or you may be ascending higher. Those of you that are a bit empathic, you may have a sense of really feeling more sensitivity when you walk in a room, how others see you, how others may feel about you. Don't take the feelings the wrong way. They could be misunderstood unless you have that conversation, which you don't. You don't. Or if feelings are isolated and you're not understanding what's going on with another person, that might feel uncomfortable for some of you with this moon in Cancer, that experience of, feeling unsure about how other feel about us, about how you're feeling, how you want to be motivated to get these goals completed because they're emotionally tied to you. They may be emotionally important to you, to your children, to your spouse, to your family members, to anybody who may be ill in your family, or objectives or goals that need to be completed in order for everyone to be successful. And you might need to just go into solitude, calm down, and reprocess your emotions on how you're feeling and nurture yourself and seek more harmony. Listen to quiet music. Go out in your garden and do some gardening in silence. Listen to the nature. Listen to the silence. But the birds, the the ruffle of the trees, the ruffle of the garden. With the rain, I went outside. There were some kids outside yesterday and the day before. Believe it or not, it was so cute. I haven't seen a baby frog in like a long, long time. And the kids were looking for little baby frogs that were about this small. And I found myself looking for the frogs with them, like a big kid. It was funny and it was so emotional because it brought back a memory of how I used to do that when I was a little girl. And just some of the things that you may want to do to reprocess and reprioritize family, your children, your home, and other close emotional bonds that you have with other relatives, and feeling nurtured by being at home and safe and being in supportive environments where loved ones are surrounded by you to give you that comfort that you need to feel like you're in a good environment. You're in a safe environment. You're in a nurtured environment. You can go back and talk about your youth, your childhood, your future, your goals, and how maybe in the past you had some difficulty with that. You've learned how to set boundaries, and now you're overextending yourselves and learning how to care for others in the manner in which you wished others cared for you when you were younger. And now that you're older, you know how to handle those things and go into silence and regroup and reflect and move forward and communicate better. Speaking of communication, we have Mercury. Oh, Mercury's in the mix again. Okay. Before we go on to that, I want you not to withdraw. I want you not to go into this moodiness and feeling like you're displaced or not feeling secure. This Cancer moon is going to signify deep, emotional, intuitive um, personality traits about yourself. How you just know when you walk in a room what your children are doing or what someone else is doing, with a strong focus on the fourth house of home, family, emotional security, balance, and the need for self care of self, personal self, and your family members, and making sure that that comes first and foremost here for quite some time this summer with the moon in Cancer. I believe this is a great positive move. And I love this, you know. For some of you, who are not used to dealing with such strong emotions, it might feel a little uncomfortable. But we all have to deal with some things that happen in our family, with our children, with ourselves. That's normal to go back, to reflect, to deal with fourth house matters. Fourth house matters being, self care, foundations, being grounded, self reflection, taking care of family, yourself, self care, um, your parents, your grandparents. Pick up the phone. If you're home on vacation, if you're thinking of Nana, if you're thinking of Pop Up, if you're thinking of someone, pick up the phone, give them a holler. Hi, I was thinking of you. I had this memory of when I was a little girl. Remember that? And they might have this great conversation and so happy to hear your voice and talk about and have converse with you about the past and the beautiful memories that they have of you back then. And now that you're an adult, also talk to you about how you've developed in such a beautiful adult human living and that you're successful. And that's part of the Cancer moon this week, that you're going to have that. And I believe that, we all need that. We do. It's not easy to uh, deal with those emotions if we're not used to them. We also have Venus trine, and a trine is great. A trine is great. It's a harmonious aspect. I love this because it's grounding energy. And Neptune is all again about emotions, just like Cancer, because Pisces and Cancer, like Neptune is now currently ruled by, rules Pisces, and the moon rules Cancer. And with Venus going into Neptune, we have this great harmonious emotional uplift. And, we're talking about romance and love affairs and playing childlike. And I'm not going to go how we're going to do that with our other half. That's on you in private. Ha ha. And, and, how we're going to have that spirit and spunk and creativity and that lust for love and passion and making love and having fun and no drama, none whatsoever, none, boys and girls. Lots of romance and lots of emotional remembering, feelings, wanting passion, wanting to love and love your children and get together with family. Those things are so lovely. And, we don't get to have a lot of that. When we have a trine, these creates that harmonious grounding feeling, especially when you're at home with your family. Fourth house matters. You are going to have a lot of deep connections with your family, with your children, with your elders, your grandparents, your parents, if they're still in the living. I hope they are. Mine. I only have one parent left, and my parents had me, got divorced, and got remarried. So I had two dads and two moms, but I only have one parent left out of the four of them. So, and I always tried to keep close with everyone. So, some of us have extended families like myself, and some of us only have the traditional two parents and, grandparents and things of that sort. Don't forget to touch base with them. Have some compassion for love, compassion for nature. Go out and take a walk, go hiking, go biking, enjoy the silence, enjoy nature, enjoy the quietness of riding your bike or taking a walk and listening at the birds and looking for the nest, looking for the frogs with the kids, enjoying that. Finding a kitten and wanting to bring a kitten home and adopt it as a pet, seeing the bunny rabbit in the field and wanting to chase after it and see how beautiful it is and maybe take a picture of it with your iPhone or your Android phone or Samsung phone, whatever you may have available. And, taking care of yourself, taking care of your bodies. This is the summertime. This is the time we want to look great. We want to look good. We want to be hotties outside by the pool in that bikini. We want to feel fit and trim and happy and feel good about yourself and put yourself out there. And those are the things that are coming up now. Yeah, and it is so lovely. I love it because it just brings back barbecues and going in the pool. And these are the things that are coming up now, with the moon in Cancer, and moon rules is Cancer's ruler. Neptune, Pisces ruler, and we have Venus in the mix. And it's so lovely. All this family, sun loving, fun loving, mix of barbecues and getting together and emotional connections and conversations, And this is a time also to be bringing deep understandings of having to sit down, and we all do this, guilty as charged. You're working, you work, you work, you work, you work, and finally you're home on summer vacation and you sit down with your adult children and you get a chance to actually have a deep conversation with them for a while. and go in the house and set the table with your daughter or your son or your grandchildren or, your cousins or your grandmother, or and talk about how we used to make, cookies for Christmas, and how we used to, oh gosh, I had one time I made cookies with my grandma for Christmas, and I misconstrued the salt and the sugar. And instead of making sugar cookies when I was done, and poor Santa Claus, my stepfather at the time, and my grandmother ate them too. They knew I believed in Santa Claus. I was like 6, and I helped her make cookies, but I switched the sugar and the salts, and instead of making sugar cookies, I wound up making super salt cookies. And things like that you could talk about. This is fourth house matters. This is the moon in Cancer. This is, Venus, love, emotions, and family, going into Neptune, and all these beautiful things, and dreams, and your goals, and what you want to see come up into fruition, manifest. You should be writing a list. Well, everybody should be thinking about, dreaming about, writing a list about what you want to manifest, what you think about, you want to bring about, what you talk about and think about and feel about, especially now, what you're feeling about those goals. You want to manifest that. The full moon is coming up. I have it on my calendar for the 29th. The full moon in Mercury, Capricorn, at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in Capricorn, with Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is retrograde until the 29th of June. Mercury went retrograde on June 12th. So we also, on top of everything else, we have to watch about Mercury is the third house, technology, communication, what we say, how we use technology, how our cars are running, our computers are running, our phones are running, how we're using technology at work and at home, our TVs, our flat screens, our printers, all of those things, our scanners, everything. So we need to be thankful we have all those beautiful things and we can afford them if you have them. Thank you, universe. And also, we want to be mindful on how we take care of them, how we take, some of us can take those things for granted. We're so used to having them that when they go on the fritz, like, oh my God, no, I need this, I need this, I need this. And then you realize, yeah, I've been doing my job for the past 4 years with this machinery. And now that it's gone, I have to buy a new one. And it's probably going to be a lot more expensive now than it was 2-3 years ago, unfortunately. So, with that said, and then finally, we have some great things that are going on as well when we're taking a look at the wonderful, wonderful things we have with Mercury, because Mercury is in the mix as well, not just in retrograde, okay? Not just retrograde, okay? We have Mercury in Cancer as well. So, with that said, the moon is in Cancer. There's things about going to be so positive about the relationships and all the things that I talked about. But with Mercury being in the mix with Cancer, we have to put into perspective the conversations we have, because Mercury is third house. Third house manners, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you know anybody that's in those signs, or Cancer, Cancerians are usually July babies, 4th of July babies, and they kind of go to, it's in my screen here. I put down everybody's birth zodiac time for whatever time you were born. It's down below in the description, and you can go look. The Cancerians, third house matters pertaining to swords of the tarot, or air signs, air being of the mind, of the intellect, of the emotional, intellectual, emotional maturity. Ruled by Mercury, that's Gemini. Mercury is is now, you know, going to be working and is going to be in Cancer as well. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to try to put this into perspective here. If you're going to be talking to other people, because Mercury is communication, be mindful of what you say that has to do with emotional, touchy-feely things. Be mindful of what you say, of anything that may be emotional, touchy-feely things that might hurt somebody's feelings, something that had done in the past, or an event that happened in the past, or anything in the future. If somebody is going through hardship with finances, or if anybody's going through hardship with physicalities or diseases or illnesses or ailments, with cancer or eczema or heart disease or high blood pressure or diabetes, things of that sort. Mercury is also that's third house with communication, intellectual expression, but seventh house and 11th house is partnerships and friendships and social media. Because 11th house has to do with friendships and social media, and that particularly pertains to social media. Seventh house is partnerships, relationships, marriage. You know, there's a lot of things that you could put in there. I want to say contracts, business projects, business endeavors. I'm looking up, I'm thinking, because I have a lot of that going on right now as well. So, my other thing that I want to talk about as well, with Mercury and Cancer, being Cancer being the emotional person that can walk in the room and feel everybody's feelings. Normally, they're very empathic. They can feel how you're feeling just by the look and the expression on their face. You might not say it, but you can be like, and they're like, what the fuck did she just do to me? Did you see her face? Yeah. Like, you might not say it, but they can see it. They can see your face go, yeah, they can see it. That is another Mercury entering Cancer. So be careful how you communicate. Be careful of your body language, the faces you make, how you talk to people, what you say, think before you speak, think before you act. Think about feelings, because we have in the mix right now. Think about what other people will feel if you say things in the wrong context. Not to hurt their feelings, not to step on toes. Will that push them away? Will it make them feel like you're being rude? Will it make them feel like you're insensitive and don't care? Those are the types of things with Mercury and Cancer. And the Moon in Cancer is all about, oh, look at that. We have a lot of emotions around us. Oh, everybody's got emotions. Okay. Venus and Neptune, because Neptune and the Moon in Cancer and Neptune rules Pisces. Cancer and Pisces are like, skip to my loo. They're like buddies. So with those people, Cancer, Pisces, anything air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, because the third house is communication. With that coming in, let's be cognizant of how we say, we do, we speak, we do our body language, where we can hurt other people. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Even if you don't particularly care with somebody, I had something before happen. Someone delivered my groceries. They broke glasses. They dropped bags. They didn't double bag it like I requested it. They broke things. I told them, hey, man, you got to clean that up. I'm not cleaning it up. And I didn't mean that in any Haskell way. You broke it. You didn't follow directions. You were supposed to triple bag anything that was salad dressing, soda, whatever that was in glass. and they cleaned it up. However, um, you know, they felt bad about it because they didn't follow directions. And then to top it off, instead of calling to ask, because I had ordered certain kind of soda, instead of calling to ask, they just substituted without anything. And they were like, "Oh, this is for you. You didn't. We ran out of this, so we just put this in here for you." And I'm like, "I'm not going to drink that. You didn't even text me or call me. You need to take that back." And I believe they took that in the wrong way. But did we communicate that? Did we text me? No. Did we call? Hey, Miss Kate, blah blah blah. We're at a Diet Coke. We're at a Diet Pepsi. Can we give you this? No, they just threw anything in the bag and just thought, she'll take it. It's kind of like that cereal commercial from a million years ago. Oh, I don't like this cereal. Give it to Mikey. He'll eat it. He likes it. He likes it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I had them take it back to the store and they had to eat it because while they were here, I filled out the form and told the grocery store that they didn't follow procedures and protocols and that I wanted my money back. Things like that. Communication. So important. So be cognizant of that. Be kind. Be friendly. Remember everybody's feelings and emotions and how we communicate with everyone. Engage brain before mouth. Engage brain before actions. And make sure that we're thinking about we have the moon in Cancer. It's really sensitive, really emotional. The moon is, I love the moon in a sign because it's all about emotional self and magic. The moon is magic. The moon is what helped the way the rotation of the earth and the moon and the sun, not the sun, because the sun is stationary, never moves. But the moon, the way the moon moves the tides, moves the oceans. Water represents the oceans. Rivers represent our emotions. The ocean represents the emotions. Streams, anything to do with water signs, right? And the moon represents and is the ruler of Cancer. Empathic, very psychic, just like Pisces. Empathic, very psychic, mediumship. Um, we have Venus and Pisces, Neptune. Cautious of feelings, emotions, how we communicate Mercury and Cancer. So we have the moon in Cancer, but that's Cancer's ruler. That's great. Then we have Venus and Neptune. That's great. Pisces, romance. I love you. I feel like when I think of Venus and Neptune, oh my God, it's so funny because I mentioned this earlier to my son. I said, you know what that reminds me of? If any of you watch cartoons when you were little, it reminds me of Pepe Le Pew. And the skunk that used to always try to romance everybody in the Bugs Bunny cartoons. He was like, oh, mi amore. And he goes, like that. That's a Venus and Pisces kind of, I love you, baby. I love you. I will follow you to the end of the earth. That kind of thing. And of course, we have Moon in Cancer, so we have those emotions. And then with Mercury in Cancer, we have to be careful how we communicate with Cancer and Pisces pertaining to emotions and love in Venus during this time. And be cautious of it because we have Mercury, which is communication of the third house, with all of those signs and how we express ourselves verbally, mentally, physically, texting, electronically, technology, everything. So I hope that was fulfilling. So now you know what's going on for the several days. And then we're going forward, we'll have some more going on. Remember, please remember, Mercury is retrograde until the 29th of the month. It's still going to be in its shadow period about 4 days to 5 days afterwards. So if you have to sign a contract, if you're buying a car and you need to sign the documents, make sure you do that afterwards, 3 to 5 days afterwards. Make sure you get your car checked. Make sure you get the engine checked. Make sure you have the tires checked. I don't care if it's a new car. I don't care if it's from BMW. I don't care if it's from Mercedes-Benz. Get it checked and then make sure They do the oil change, they check the battery. It's on paper. You sign the paper after the Mercury retrograde shadow. Because when things go wrong, if there's something that doesn't agree with you and the contractual or bilateral contractual agreement between you and the other party as you being uh, the tenant or the lessee instead of the leaseor or, the business manager or the company that's giving you the contract, if things are not written verbatim in the contract, and there are stipulations or addendums to that pertaining to any machinery or any technology, you won't get your money back and you'll kind of have to eat it. And I don't want that to happen to anybody because Mercury is the third house of communication and technology and social media and partnerships and friendships. So if you're going to get married, if you've made this commitment a long, long time ago, different. But if this is something that's new and someone says, hey, let's elope and go get married, June 20th, even though I think that's coming in a few days. Yeah, it's in 4 days. And you're like, yeah, let's go elope. And I would be like, I would wait because even when you elope, even if you get married by the JP, the Justice of the Peace, you still have to sign a marriage contract. You still have to sign a marriage license. And sure, if things don't last more than a year, you can get it annulled. But then you have to sign more contracts and deal with more heartache. And this is an emotional time. Remember, Moon in Cancer, Venus and Neptune, emotional. Mercury in Cancer, communication, Cancer, emotional. So be cautious of what you're doing. And try to, if you have to sign anything contractual, business contract, marriage contract, employment contract to sign a lease, a contract to rent a bike, even, just make sure you wait on it. No, and then you laugh at when I'm sure lots of you, I see lots of people laughing here on the channel. You laugh, but sometimes when you rent a car, even if you're renting a car, even if you're renting a motorcycle, even if you go bicycle riding for the day and you rent bicycles for the family to go bike riding through the park, you have to sign an agreement. The way it is, the ABCs of me. That's the way the life goes. So be cautious of it, be cognizant of what's in the contract, read it. Don't just go, okay, so. And then if something happens, you're like, I didn't see that in the contract. You said you read it. And you're going to look like a doo-doo because you didn't. So make sure whatever you do sign, if you have to sign it during that time, up until the 29th of June, thereafter 4 or 5 days while it's in the shadow period, I would try to wait if I can. If you can't, make sure you read it. If you have to have a second party with you, someone who's a lawyer, someone who works with contracts, employment contracts, someone you know in human resources, you read it twice to have somebody else double check it, somebody else triple check it. So this way you CMA yourself. And because we're in this retrograde period with Mercury being a part of bilateral contractual agreements, business agreements, and then going forward and then some, you don't bite your nose to spite your face. So with that said, let's go on to the reading. And I love that we have Cancer in the mix here and Neptune in the mix and Venus. Mercury, I'm all about communication. I'm a very quiet person in private, but I've been known to do some speeches there and then of course I get introverted. So I'm great with doing speeches. I'm good with webinars. I'm good with leading my team through educational trainings or professional development. But when I'm done and I'm by myself, I'm kind of. So let's go into the reading. I'm going to do the reading here. We'll pull a couple cards. And I like to shuffle my cards. I try to in public. Not everybody likes to do that because it's time consuming. I realize it's time consuming and I try to go as fast as I can possibly go. But I have people that say, oh, they're just shuffling in front of me. And how do I know it's real? I'm like, I can't give you an answer. So we have, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I told you, Moon in Cancer, Venus in Neptune, Mercury in Cancer. Da, 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 da. I'm loving it. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. You can't get any better with that. It's not Two of Cups. Like Two of Cups is a little bit different. Okay, but the Two of Wands is definitely wonderful because the Two of Wands has to do with the possibility of planning, discovering yourself, discovering your love, discovering romance, finding someone new, falling in love with someone new, finding new adventures. The Two of Wands is the Two of Wands. We're normally in the depiction of the picture is normally the two wands, and the gentleman is holding that two wands and looking ahead and seeing ahead on the ocean, the vision of traveling, the vision of the mountains. Where am I going to go? What are we going to do? Look at our future. Look at where we're going. Where can I go? What far off land can I go and adventure? And the Two of Wands here are the same thing. These two couples are looking at each other, the future, the sun here, and the mountains, and the far off lands, going beyond the recognition of the Two of Wands. They're actually it looks like they're actually in love with each other, but in the Rider-Waite tarot, the Two of Wands happens to actually be where they're looking far off in the land and they're looking at where they might be going. Where am I going to be venturing? Okay, the Two of Wands is so lovely. This picture here depicts what lands do we want to go on? What adventure do we want to go on? What do we have planned for the future together, alone or together? This could be many, many things. It could be preparation for favorable change. You're making plans to go to a far off land. You're making plans to go to a new job, to go somewhere new, to move somewhere where you're going to have a new career. Wands is about career and ambition. Wands is about career and ambition and creativity and the life's purpose. What do you want to see? Excuse me. In your life's purpose. Good advice from another person. A good advice. A good mentor, a good successful person. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut that off because that's my other half, and I will call him back when I'm done. Thank you, Joe. So where are we going? Off to the other place. Moving on to a better career. Moving on to life's purpose. Moving on to my ambition, my dreams, where I want to go. Help and support from the universe. The Two of Wands is giving you a chance to reflect like a mentor on where you want to go, where you want to be. Where's your ambition? Where are your dreams? This is it. And with Cancer in the mix, this is it because you have the opportunity to take your gut feeling, your emotions, and your drive and your passion that pertains to fire sign wands to go forward with that. If you feel that that's where you want to go, you take it. You go, girl. You go, boy. You go. You go get it. You go after your dreams. You go after your career goals. You go after your career ambition. That's fire signs. That's wands. That's what this is saying. Go after. You're preparing in your mind to go after the love, the emotions, the love of your career, your goal, ambitions. Go get it. Don't wait. Move forward. That is the Two of Wands for many of you, male, female, feminine, and or masculine. Doesn't matter. Go for it. Don't be afraid to move forward. Take a leap. Take a jump. Make sure that you can financially and physically do that. But if you can, and you just finished college or you have money saved and you want that career, and I used to work in investment banking before I became a teacher. I worked for Chase, I worked for Goldman Sachs on Wall Street. I used to be in mergers and acquisitions for Chase Investment Banking at 270 Park Avenue, right by the MetLife building on Park Avenue, South, across the street from the Waldorf Astoria. And I'm telling you, take a chance. You could be going to Spain. You could be doing pitch books. You could be going to other countries. You could be putting together pitch books and putting projects together for advertisements, for FIFA, for other basketball teams, for the NBA, for football coming up in the fall. I used to work in sports management. That's why I say that. So don't be afraid to go after your career. Don't be afraid to go after that. And then after I used to go to work, then I would walk all the way down the fourth to West 4th Street and go to school at NYU, Stern Business School. So don't be afraid to go for it. Go for it. Okay, let's see what we got next. The Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. The Six of Pentacles is great because the Six of Pentacles is still finances and career. Yeah, it is. Okay, because you have, with the Six of Pentacles, you have generosity. Are you going to work for somebody that's going to help you to get that master's, that MBA in finance? Like Chase? It's intense. Are you going to be going forward with that career? Are you going to be able to be getting gifts from other people? Are somebody going to be helping you to get married? This is generosity. This is gifts from other people. Giving and receiving gifts. Beautiful gifts. Generously and freely. Giving your talents. That's what this card is about, not just money. This is possibility. Somebody's helping you pay for college, depending on what your age are. But if you're older, giving generosity towards your talents, your gifts, your abilities, your career. Are you a great musician? Are you a great piano player? Can you paint a mural in the middle of Times Square? And the whole world is going to see it and love it, and it'll be there for years, and you get paid for that. Are you volunteering in the community? Are you working at the hospital while you're getting your nursing degree? Are you volunteering? And then when you're done, the hospital generously gives you a job for your talents and your abilities for volunteering at the hospital, giving your gifts, talents generously. And in return, that's what this part is about, in return, giving you that job for your gifts and your talents and the ability to take the time and the generosity to give freely of your gifts and talents and your abilities to others without any reservation or any questions, because you are passionate about what you are doing with clarity. This is about scholarships and payments of karmic debts. Okay. Educational motivations, career motivations, scholarships, higher education, getting paid to do those things, going to business school, going to Yale, becoming an attorney, going to Harvard Law School, going to NYU, going to Columbia University. Yes, I have a lot of friends that went to Columbia University. So a native New Yorker. You know, going with prosperity energy. You have the, I love this because you have the Two of Wands, which is going after your career ambition, going after your ambition, going for it, going for it. And if a lot of you just graduated and you've got some job offers, and I know this used to happen all the time with even me, they come to your job or they come to your school and they find out where you work. If you have awesome grade point average, my grade point average for my master's degree is at 3.41 and my doctorate degree is at 3.43. If you're rocking it and you're working it while you're rocking it in the books and working it full time and rocking it full time, those people are going to want you because they know you can bust in your butt to get what you want. Your generosity is going to get you the generosity back to you, gifted, either through job, career passion, career, lifestyle, life purpose, awareness, higher education, prosperity energy, flowing at the time, karmic debt being repaid for your hard work. Two of Wands, and Pentacles. This is Pentacles. Pentacles is about the material world, the money, wealth. That's why I said prosperity given back to you for your karmic debt. What you reap is what you sow, baby dolls. You're going to school full time, you're working full time, you got a part-time job after school. You could be a single parent and be going to school, going to college, working full time, paying somebody to babysit your children while you're doing all this and cleaning the house and sleeping 4 hours a night because you have to papers and action research papers and your dissertation you have to work on. All those things, working hard. And here with the Pentacles, it's generosity, but it's karmic debt coming back to you. Charity, scholarships, return of karmic debt. How hard you work is what you get back in return. What you put in, what you put out into the world, how hard you work, your passion, your mind, how hard you really, really want this. Do it. I promise you, it's hard. I'm telling you from experience. I promise you, it's hard. And there are days when I would go off and cry and be like, I don't think I can do this anymore. But I did it. And I'm the only one in my family that has my educational background. Most of my family didn't even graduate high school. I did it. Was it hard? Hell yeah, it was hard. But I'm really very happy now. As an educator, I get paid for my worth and my educational background. Other things I do because I love it and I enjoy it and I get to enjoy all those beautiful things and you guys. And the next card is, I'm sure, just as lovely. It is, what do we have here? All right. Okay, I picked two because I got the devil. There's nothing wrong with that because this is a fantastic card. It doesn't mean what it looks like. Okay. This is feeling like materialism. It feels like restriction, but you have restrictions. Yeah, and I get it. Man, I get this. And doing all this work that's being done, you're feeling restricted because you can't do all the things you want to do right now, but you will get to do them. The devil is restriction. Feeling restricted. You want to do all you want this now. You want it yesterday. You wanted it 5 years ago. You want to make that 6-figure income. A zillion years ago, you've been dreaming about it. You're going to college for it. You want it now. But right now you're feeling a little restricted because you still have dues to pay. That's exactly what I'm feeling because that's what this card represents. Feeling restricted. Now, this card also can mean addiction. Now, if you have any addictions or materialistic pleasures, you need to be careful with that. But I'm going to say, because we have these cards here and they pertain to mainly education, career, and life and life's purpose, I'm going to say right now we might be feeling restricted and feeling like we want all these things, but we're feeling restricted right now or not sure where we're going, maybe a little bit fearful of not sure where this is going to go, but you're going to be fine and you're not restricted. You have to work for it. You can't, it's not going to come to you. You know, some of you might be just starting out, and just because you're starting out, somebody's not going to go, oh, here you go. Here's $150,000 plus, $5,000 bonus at this time. And if you continue bringing in, those acquisitions and those good mergers, if you're the architect of those projects, then, we'll give you a few more bonuses. That's going to take time. That's not going to happen. You're going to have to work for them. Okay, boy, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to work for that. Right now, you want that materialism. You work hard for going to school. You work hard for getting to where you're going to be getting. You're feeling a little bit restricted, And, with that said, you have the moon. The moon is a great card. And the moon is in Cancer right now. So this collaborates just to be beautifully. Beautifully. Okay, you have the moon. Can I say, I love this card. This is a great card. You have the moon, okay, which is mystery, intuition, the subconscious. This moon rules Cancer. We just talked about that. We have right here the moon in Cancer. Come up with all of these cards. Okay, all of these cards. We have the moon right here. The two lovers looking at the moon. Can take control of your emotions. Things are going to come to you. You're going to have, I know you want them now. You wanted them yesterday. Ambition, materialism. Right now you're feeling restricted, maybe a little fearful. You're not going to know where you're going because, you've got this, Pentacles. I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles. And this is charity, getting money for higher education. Okay, and scholarships and payment for karmic debt for working hard, and you're fearful of that because you're fearful of that because you're not sure where that's going to go right away. But you have the moon, and the moon is listening to all of your prayers and all of your wishes, and what you're reaping is what you're going to be sowing. And with the Two of Wands, you're looking ahead. You're so looking ahead of where you're going to be going. Where do you want to venture off? Where do you want to sign the contract to get on board for your new job? Get on board to start at the new college at the end of July. When you drive on up there and go into your room or go into your frat room or, your fraternity room or your dorm room. I worked really hard. I worked so hard that I made sure I didn't have a roommate, that I actually got into an academic dorm building to where you had to maintain nothing lower than 82, or you had to go be in a dorm and share a room. And I was like, I'm not having that. So I made sure I kept my grades up, so I didn't have to share my college dorm room with anybody. I made sure of it. So, I mean, that's up to you. And your jobs are going to be so successful. I'm going to clarify that here. Um, the elemental, the element, the elemental deck, the 4 element deck that I have, which I love. This is so great. Okay, I want you to realize again, we have the moon in Cancer. Things are going to go well with you. You're feeling a little fearful, a little restricted. If you've been partying and having a good time, stop it now, because you've got the second card that was received here for the collective: generosity, money, charitable, karmic money coming back to you, karmic repayment of debts that you worked off, the hard work you did, all the hard work you did in high school, all the hard work you did in college, the good job that you're going to get, the good life that you're going to get, the woman you're going to marry, the man you're going to marry, the beautiful career you're going to have together. Where are you? The first card, where you're moving to start this new life, this new career, this new passion, this new career ambition, life's purpose. You're moving to where you want life's purpose to actually lead you to all the dreams that you have been waiting to have, and all the endless things that you've been praying for and asking for. You're in awareness now where you want to go to get that karmic charity, that karmic prosperity, that generosity, all the back to you. Goes around, comes around. We reap what we sow. Karmic debt repaid. Payment of that because you worked hard. Scholarship, some of you might be getting. Prosperity energy flowing at this time. Okay? Generosity, giving back to you for your time and your talents and your hard work. You're a little fearful. And some of you are very young. I get this impression that some of you are coming back, and you're talking about going back to school next college year. You got this lineup, that lineup. This company's looking into you. That company's looking into you. This basketball team's looking at you. You're looking at sports. You're looking at, do I want to be in the corporate world? Do I want to be a facilitator? Do I want to be an architect? And I don't mean architect as in building buildings. I mean architect of financial business. If you in investment banking or mergers and acquisitions, and you're selling companies and you're selling stocks and shares and you're a stockbroker, do you want your Series 7, your Series 63, your Series 21? Do you want to work on Wall Street? Do you want to work in the country? Do you want to build $1 million homes and sell them to beautiful people on, 56 acres of land where they have antelope and deer and buffalo and mountain lions and wolves and things like that? Do you want to go to Alaska on a cruise and see the world a little bit? Maybe go on a sabbatical for a month before you start your job. You're a little fearful of that, but you want to adventure what's out there. You want to see what's out there. You want to go see what's out there in the mountains, in the lands, far beyond where you are now, where you've been. Where you've been has been too long. Now it's time to be in an adventure that is a path that you want to walk, because you want to walk it freely, because it makes you feel good, it makes you feel free, it makes you feel independent, it makes you feel good about yourself. And the moon is listening to your wishes. We have the moon in Cancer right now. And this is funny that this should show up, because we're talking about today, the moon in Cancer. There's nothing wrong with this. This is fantastic. And okay, I'm going to I want to go over the Devil card and clarify that for all of you. I'm going to shuffle the deck and see what we got going here. I didn't like the candles today. I was going to do that. I thought I have a lot of people falling asleep out here at the house. Everybody's tired. They've been working hard. It's been one of those days, I'm sure. Let's see. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Ace of Swords, and that's great. Okay. The Ace of Swords is wonderful. It is about partnerships. You can't go any. The Ace of Swords is like air is the mind. It's intellectual capacity. You don't want to go. There's nothing wrong with Ace of Swords. You are going forward. This is abundance. I'm telling you right now, this is abundance. You're not gonna be worrying about anything with this Ace of Swords. Okay, this Ace of Swords is so into taking care of you, success and truth and awareness, determination. I mean, this is intellect. You have to understand something. The Ace of Swords is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and we already talked about that because Mercury is is also in Cancer, communication. Mercury is ruled under Gemini, the third house, communication, technology. We already talked about this. And again, we have the moon in Cancer. Now we have Mercury in Cancer. We have the Ace of Swords. So we have two cards that are coming out in the tarot that are pertaining to the astrology. Okay, so the Ace of Swords, again, this is all about determination, success, awareness, victory, determination, taking action now, doing what you need to do, take action now. You have fear, you're worried about being restrained, you're worried about, hey, are things going to work out right now? Okay, you don't have to worry about that because restriction, you're not going to have it because you're going to go for it. You're going to have that determination to go for it. That's the Ace of Swords. You might be feeling as a person, you might be feeling, a little bit of fear. You're going to go out there with success, awareness, truth. The truth will tell you what you need to do. Sometimes a sign might come up. You might see 444, fourth house, 333, third house, communication, 1111, wish fulfillment, things like that. You will get signs. Things sometimes happen for a reason and you just don't know it until it happens and you're like, I got it now. I got it. The Ace of Swords is all about lead the clear perception. The spirit is going to be leading you to where you need to go. None of this BS about partying and having a good time. If you're having fears and restrictions about where you're going in life, because all the cards I have here are pertaining to your future, career, marriage, relation, moving forward in your life, moving, traveling, fear. With this card, you have fear, restriction, feeling, I'm not sure where I want to go. If you're having a good time and you're hiding out in your good time away from feeling this, no, because you have the Ace of Swords and you have the determination of success to move forward. You're going to have the truth, the perseverance to go forward. There will be signs. Spirit will give you a clearer connection and give you signs to move forward so that you don't have to worry about all these fears and worries and your connection. Spirit's going to guide you with that. This is a transition. Even if you're an adult going through a career transition or an adult going through moving and having to worry about, prosperity and getting money and paying for your college bills and all that because something happened. Maybe you got divorced or maybe you broke up with your boyfriend or your partner or your girlfriend, and you're having fears and you're having worries about, restrictions, materialism, and all the things you're going to have to pay for. But the Ace of Swords is coming in here. I pulled this card for the Devil card. The Ace of Swords is coming in here. You have determination. You can do this. You have determination, success. This is Ace of Swords is an air card. Swords is air. Power of the mind over body. The mind over body. Determination, success. The power to do what you want to do. Mind over matter. How you see yourself. How you're going to use your strengths, your wills, your talents, and abilities to move forward and be successful and stay successful with the power of communication, Mercury, Gemini, Ace of Swords, air, power of the mind and intellect and expression moving forward. No one's going to mess with you. You're going to go forward. And the moon is hearing what you're asking for in those blessings. You're going to get them. We have the moon in Cancer right now for quite some time. Venus and Neptune, same thing, emotions. Venus is also financial. Could be financial things coming your way. And I see that with the Six of Pentacles that you have here and the second placement. Because the Six of Pentacles is going to give you, you reap what you sow. It's karmic payday. It's prosperity. Money given back to you. Charity, giving for the gifts and talents that you have, for the karmic payback that you have done for the hard work, your hard talents, and not giving up. And look at this. They're looking at the moon together. Wish fulfillment. The moon card again. This is beautiful. I love the moon card. I always have beautiful pictures for the moon card. It's not there. It really is. Beautiful. Intuition. Okay. Abilities, empath abilities, working with the subconscious, working through the dreams that you have, your dream fulfillments, what you wish, what you think about, what you say, you bring about. Okay. I'm going to pull an angel number card. I usually pull the other card here. I'm going to pull a Luna card here. But I want to see something here because you have a lot of, this is positive, positive, positive. Ladies and gentlemen, you have positive, positive, positive here. This is the Luna cards. This is Astro runes. I have runes that I normally work with. But it is a work night. If it was a Friday, I'd probably stay up for a while and go through all of them for you. But some of you have, I'm on summer break, but some of you have to go to work. And this is Uranus. And this is strength, protection, health. Beautiful, beautiful, just beautiful. That's two hands. Roots, strength, protection, health, distant influences, looking in the future, looking where you want to go, distance, where are you going for your career, abroad, where are you going ahead when you want to go, move to a new career, move to a new home, get that new job, go forward with going to get your MBA. Where are you going? Distant influences, strength. And we have here also that looks like Venus in the middle below the sign of Venus here. So again, now we have we have Mercury, third house. That's in our astrology. We have the moon in Cancer. We have the moon in our tarot cards. Also, moon in Cancer in our astrology. And we have Venus too, and Neptune. We have that right here, Venus in this card, on our runes card for Rus. And it says strength, protection, health, distant influences, distance, influences, the Two of Wands, looking out in the distance, looking out over the mountains, into the oceans, into the far lands. Where are you going for that hard career? Where are you going to meet the love of your life? Where are you going to go to college? Where are you moving to make a new life for yourself, a new life for your family, a new life for you and your partner? Beautiful. Okay, let's pull a number card. Let's see what our angel numbers say. All right. I'm going to use a smaller deck today. I usually use a bigger deck, but I'm use a smaller deck because although they look the same, they are not the same. This is this angel deck, and then I have the other one with the stars, with the galaxy on it. What do we see for today, angels? Angels. What's my guidance for today, angels? For today? Universe, what's our guidance for today? What's we see for today? Oh, this is so beautiful. All right, for our, I'm going to cut her head off. For our angel number, we have 101, starting over, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference. We'll have failures, personal or spiritual, but we will have development, learning our lesson through trials and tribulations. Again, angel number 101, sorry, intelligence, dynamics, making a difference. Failures, personal or spiritual, but having development, starting over. Happiness is linked to self expression, growth, and experience. Learning, like I said up here, learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Understand its process and the pursuit of happiness and growth. Joy is fluid. It is the little things and the big ones. Let's say, I'm sorry. Oh, feels like a start, feels like a fresh start. I'll read it over again, it's so small. It feels like a fresh start. I mean, you're going to go through a whole process of starting over, especially if you're in college, when you're used to living at home, or if you're getting divorced and you're getting remarried, or you're moving across the country, or you're moving around for a new career, or you're starting over, you're getting married to a new person, or you're just on your own starting anew, all by yourself and going to a new place, a new job, a new town, a new state. That takes a lot of cojones, okay? I did that myself and it was not easy, But once you do it and you make a life for yourself and you move on, you move out of that town you grew up in your whole entire life, and you move on and you move halfway across the country. I did that twice, once to Chicago and once to Texas. And you go and you just find yourself, your niche, where you fit in. You have to do, you will find not only yourself, who you are, how well you can handle it, and you will find your strength, your weaknesses, and how powerful you are. What a powerful, smart person, beautiful person you are inside and out. But you will find personal success in the successes that you have overcome by becoming your own person independently along the way through reflection and some of the help of others and families, finding your own way through life to grow, to be the person you are becoming, or the person you're going to become, or the person you are now. Starting over. Happiness is linked to self expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and the big ones. Fails, okay. Fails are fun. It's a fresh start. It's a fresh start. Learning over again. Everything is a fresh start. Okay, so fails are fun. The card's being sarcastic. Meaning, if you fail, start over again. You get to rewrite what you want to do. And I'm going to leave this out for all of you to see. And you can take your notes. Okay. This was a beautiful reading. It pertained to many, many things that are in the astrology that came out in the cards. Renounced my I'm kind of wowed by that. And that's where this comes in with the moon card. It's a fresh start. Starting over again. And I love that. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. It's a process. You fall down on your butt, you get up back again, and you keep on trucking along. It feels like like you're failing, but no, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start. And it might feel like that a little bit, but it really is a fresh start. And don't let other people tell you differently. Don't. Why would you? Don't let other people tell you differently about that. Okay. All right. I want to put this down here for you, let you see it. I'm Catherine. My name is Kate. Nobody calls me Catherine unless you're a stranger. I'm Kate. I'm DANUS Celtic World. This is my channel. I love having you here. It's a blessing to have all of you here. Please contact me at danuscelticworlds@gmail.com with any questions, any readings that you'd like, any astrology charts that you want. I'll do a 1-card pull for you, a 3-card pull. We can do a whole Celtic cross for you and your astrology chart and go over the whole 12 houses with you and where you are in those 12 houses, along with your astrology chart, your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and all the 12 houses, your 5th house, and your north and south node to let you know what your karmic past was and where your karmic future is, the dragon's head and the dragon's tail in astrology. It was such a pleasure to see all of you tonight and hear from all of you. You can find me also at youtube.com. DANUS Celtic Worlds, @ DANUS Celtic World, 2734, @ DANUS Celtic World, 2734. It's in the description, all of my contacts. You can reach me at Instagram at instagram.com/DANUS Celtic World. I am so happy to see you. Can't wait to see you again. I'll be back here on Friday with some fantastic news. The astrology is just getting better this week, and I can't wait to give you a taste of it on Friday. You come back here, bring your cup of coffee, bring your cup of tea, light your candle. We can sit down and talk astrology. Bring your glass of wine, and we'll uncover what's coming in for the weekend. Can't wait to talk to you soon. And again, facebook.com/DanNewKelly / and again, DANUS Celtic World on Facebook.com is going to be under facebook.com/DanNewKelly, DANU Kelly, KELLY. YouTube, DANUS Celtic World, @ DANUS Celtic World, 2734. Instagram, DANUS Celtic World. And I also have a few others. You can reach me at DANUS Celtic Worlds with an S @gmail.com. Talk to me, give me a call. Let me know. Give me text messages. I'm usually going and working this business along with my summer school business as well. I'm usually online until about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. You can contact me and we can go over anything that you need to know for your chart, anything you need to know for your 12 houses, your astrology chart. We could pull a card. We could talk about any of the fees that I have for any of the readings if you should feel uncomfortable and you want to pull more than just one card or 3 cards. If you want a full Celtic spread, you can go to www.hypsee.com /psychics /DANUS Celtic World. That's my channel on HYPSEE.com. I am one of their psychic readers, their psychic mediums as well. And you can contact me through there and see my readings through there and get a reading through HYPSEE with me one-on-one in privacy through Zoom and their website affiliates as well. Look forward to seeing you on Friday. Let's grab some time Friday night and talk about the astrology and the tarot. Then from now on, I'm going to let you go and get into relaxation. I'll see you on Friday. Have a good evening. Blessed be. Thanks for being here. And for all my likes and subscribes, hit the red button below and thumbs up on all those likes. I love you. Thank you for subscribing and liking me. I'll see you soon. Have a good evening again. Have a good night. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.